big opportunities in life have to be seized. We don't do very many things, but when we get the chance to do something that's right and big, we've got to do it. And even to do it in a small scale is just as big a mistake almost as not doing it at all. I mean, you've really got to grab them when they come, because you're not going to get 500 great opportunities.
Hey everyone, Dan Dog Crypto. The markets have been pretty crazy past couple of days. Pzen has held up well, as we can see with what's been happening with the cryptocurrencies. The activity, these coins have been heavily manipulated, as I've been stating. But what happens is opportunities come and go. So let's say Matic, right now it's up. It's sitting at 90 cents. This was an opportunity 2 years ago where it was at 2 cents. Cardano at 32 cents, it certainly had a run, but at 32 cents, this was an opportunity where it was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, at 1 cent. We had Dogecoin, which had a run and almost hit $1. This too, 2.5, 3 years ago, was sitting at a penny. I believe in 2017, it was a half a cent. We had XRP that certainly when it first started was a great opportunity at 37 cents, but that too, which hasn't really had any run, about 2.5, 3 years ago was about 20 cents. And certainly as we go to the big tiers, we had Binance. When we look at Binance in 2017, 2018, it was $25. That was an opportunity. Could and would it? Could it hold? Yes, Binance, the exchange, the burning of the token. Yes, that was an opportunity. We had Ethereum right now, almost, I think it was 4,000 in the last bull run. But at the end of 2018, 2019, when COVID hit and everything came crashing down, this was as low as $78. So that was a great opportunity to buy. So opportunities are missed. So time in the market. So certainly anyone that has gotten in early certainly benefited. Of course, Bitcoin, which is our largest market cap. But in percentage-wise, what the crypto market, its whole market cap is just a small little bucket to what securities, real estate, where there are hundreds of trillions of dollars that are floating around in this whole economy. So even in 2019, when COVID hit, this was an opportunity. $2,800, if I'm not mistaken, was its low. So these opportunities come and go. They pass us by pretty quickly. Chainlink, the same thing. Chainlink was sitting in the sense if it was early on, and then when it got launched on CoinMarketCap, it sat somewhere right about $1.50. So these are all opportunities that come and go. So anyone that has entered early, certainly depending on when they've taken a position. So in this case, we're going to pop in Pzen and see how it's holding. But Pzen, it's day 84. It's at 0.0044 is an early opportunity. So identifying opportunities as the markets adjust and correct, opportunities come and go. What the beauty with Pzen, when I say there's no whale manipulation, so volume as it's entering, it gives someone an opportunity to enter in. How much money is needed? How much money do you really need to move on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis? It's what you need. So certainly when someone is needing to move millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars at any one time, you're certainly going to go into your large caps because there's no other way to move. You need the heavy volume. So this now starts to be elite, legacy. They need this heavy volume to be able to move large quantities of money. We had the issue with FTX, their token, which, of course, everyone is talking about this. This year, with the exchange, Sam Bankman-Fried, what happened is obviously you had legacy money supported. You had the institutional money, accredited investors that had poured money here. And all of a sudden now you have a hole which is approximately $8 to $9 billion, and any small person, certainly it's devastating for them. And you have large institutional investment now are saying, hey, we need regulations, we need more clarity, let's create clarity for stable coins. So their risk that they put, and yes, they lose money. No, this was created to have more FUD into the market, to create more regulations in the market. This is all centralized financing. DeFi is perfectly fine. Nothing has happened with DeFi. Decentralized finance. So the error, someone was in here, it's unfortunate, but this here, from what I see, was created. This was created, this hole was created, create uncertainty, create doubt, to create fear, start pulling money off exchange, and who is creating new exchanges is the legacy. So with DeFi, when you need to move money, and it's either the on-ramp or the off-ramp, it's what you need, depending how many thousands or hundreds of thousands that you need to move at any one time. Legacy, large players need to move large volume, but they needed chaos. As you see over here with this coin here, all of a sudden it's all over the news and everyone's talking about this, creating this big dark cloud over cryptocurrency. Nothing happened with decentralized finance. It's still intact. So we have Pzen, which is an early opportunities, identifying opportunities. This is the key thing. They come and go. An opportunity comes and goes. But the key thing with Pzen is how everything's interacted with the code. The code identifies something with a redistribution. Pzen, that 2% redistribution, when you look at frequency, the grade of frequency, the word frequency, how quickly frequency can be used at the speed. So the number and the interaction of frequency in compounding. So what happens here, when you look at frequency and how it interacts and creates this massive return, because we don't know the frequency. That becomes a huge variable So frequency, which represents time. So the number in how many interactions that occur, this is huge because we have the frequency on something that is occurring and that is repeating, but how often. So this emphasizes and really truly built right into the code. So Pzen with the economy, it's a wealth redistribution economy, a network where as you interact, the 2% redistribution, pay it forward, goes to all the participants that interact. That's why the transaction transfer size, which becomes this variable that sits there. Then you have another variable, which is frequency, which dramatically can accelerate. Well, you have to recognize, can Pzen grow? Can Pzen, the network, grow? Will people interact with Pzen? It's pretty simple. It's an economy, an interactive economy where there's a 2% redistribution. The economy of Pzen is deflationary. It's not inflationary. Every time there's an interaction, there's going to be a reduced supply, which will naturally increase the value of Pzen. That is the magic. And the holders receive the distribution. That burn over time, as there's interaction, what happens is it will naturally increase the value. It also increases the percentage of ownership of all Pzen holders. That is your yield. So this burn function that is built right into the code, this burn, that 0.01% built right into the code, making it deflationary, will automatically increase the price, but also increase your yield off of every interaction. Well, time represents your frequency. This is an opportunity. As I've stated, with other cryptocurrencies, anyone who gets in early at any time, that is their entry point. That's when you see the most gains. Well, do they sell at the top of the market, the mid of the market, or at the bottom? But the bottom becomes a new high from when they entered. So then you see sell-offs. Then you have big money that comes in and manipulates these coins. But then the manipulation, is it for their benefit, as we saw with Sam Bankman-Fried and the allies and the interactions and the elite and the accredited investors, that this thing blows up, that puts a dark cloud over cryptocurrency. Pzen has no whales, so there's no whale manipulation. So this pay it forward system, it benefits all that interact, a 2% interaction. How do you succeed? How do you succeed in life? Is finding opportunities, early opportunities. How do you share information? How do you generate? What's your time worth? Are you sharing your information with others and utilizing your time, creating possible content for Pzen because it is an opportunity for anyone else? What is your time worth? Are you spending time at a job that you're spending 8 hours there being paid? So now your time cap is there. But do you have extra funds? Can you put your money to work for you? Can this generate an income? Is it an opportunity? What's my risk reward? What are the odds of probabilities? You have to look at all these things, because when you see an opportunity, they come and go. Many people, if they're familiar with, was it hacks that you're familiar with, and you got into or heard of Conrad Zen because he was with the Hex community. But now you have Hex, which is held up excellent during these uncertain times. There's your Hex. It's at 3 cents. So even from the peak of the market, when was the opportunity? Today could be a great opportunity, but are you sitting on the sidelines not doing anything, wondering if it's going to go down? The dark cloud over the market? Are you afraid? Do I have fear? Well, what's your risk? The risk is what you're willing to put in. But what happens is, what's the upside? Cryptocurrency has the greatest upside. But when you look at this and you see this, and it's at 3 cents, but it's done what? A 10,000x. So anyone who captured the opportunity early, what happens? They're still benefiting. And I believe Hex will definitely continue to move, especially when we get Pulsechain. What will happen? The network, it will expand. But Pzen is so early. But what happens is being closed-minded and being fearful. You can't be fearful. You have to take a leap, because the risk is what I put in. Do I dollar cost average? Do I believe in it? Do I share it? Do I share the opportunity? Do I do my research? Where else can I go? Do I want to be in cryptocurrency that is manipulated? Do I want to be in a DeFi product? Do I need to learn a little more? But what happens is these are all opportunities. We have inflation that has run rapid. Well, who controls inflation? Well, the Federal Reserve prints all this money in collaboration with government. Well, employers raise the price. All of a sudden, as an employee, you have no say. As a common person, you have no say. Prices are raised, and who pays it? The lower and middle class. But if you're wealthy and have wealth, you just pay it. Well, all of a sudden now, we want to raise the interest rates. So you raise these interest rates to do what? Slow down an economy, take the air out of this whole balloon, and you start making money more difficult, credit more difficult, making it more difficult. So who doesn't spend? People don't spend. So now your credit goes up, your interest goes up, making it more challenging. Again, who suffers? The people. So now, in order to slow down the flow and the economy, to bring it back down, who's going to suffer? Is the lower and middle. If you're in the upper, you don't feel it. So what's your goal? Your goal is to find a way to be able to generate an income, to be able to earn money, to be able to generate passive income. So you find the opportunities that allow you to find passive income. This is an early opportunity. Pzen. There's others. Search them out. But Pzen, with the redistribution, how much money do you need to move at any one time? Do you need to move $1 million at one time? Or would you be happy to be able to move 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 per week? Do you need 2,000 a week? So the volume will come in. And the frequency, how this works. So the earlier you get in, what ends up happening? It's going to compound. So the time is going to compound. So your rate of return, your ownership, the percentage, because it's documented, your wallet, it's you hold your wallet, you're your own bank. It's a self-custody wallet. So when you hold it, your wallet naturally becomes an income producer, which you're going to receive more Pzen. When you get more Pzen, your yield goes up. We're looking for things that shoot up right away. But volume will increase. The frequency representing time, it will move the time. So your compounding will accelerate dramatically. So when you look at it, you have to say, could this be an early opportunity? The market is global. The internet is being transformed, where it's called the Internet of Things. Yes, it's a Web3, the Internet of Things, in this case becoming a financial compounding passive income, which dramatically increases, which is infinite because the code cannot be stopped. It's telling something. It's an economic economy that has the ability to produce work once you interact. Your wallet interacting, you do the work, and all of a sudden your wallet becomes an income producer. This is Pzen. Well, what happens here, there's so many things that you can do. You can share information or you just sit on the sideline. But you have to identify opportunities, and you take a calculated odds of probability. So I believe it's an early opportunity because you're only 84, 86 days into this. So cryptocurrency, we understand, is the highest appreciating asset class there. So by sitting and waiting and having the knowledge, or sitting and waiting, or taking a position or a minimal position, does you no good. You have to take a position that potentially can create a life-changing event that dramatically changes your life. When you look at odds of probability, anyone that has gotten into crypto that has put a minimal in, yes, there's an upside, but sometimes you have to take the leap of faith. You have to do your research. So do your research. Pzen is an early opportunity, but let's not forget everything built into the code, the frequency, the volume, the redistribution. Wealth is not scarce. You have to believe it. You have to know that it will come. And how you interact. What do you do? Do you share it? Do you keep it a secret? Are you passive? Are you willing to engage? Are you fearful? By sitting on the sidelines, nothing happens. By having knowledge and doing nothing with it, nothing happens. If you believe in something and you believe in the opportunity and you know the calculated risk and the upside potential, and you have all this information in front of you and you don't share it because you're not willing to what? Put your time? You're putting time in doing other things. But shouldn't your time be built and spent to try to accumulate wealth and have freedom? That this way you're not enslaved and forced to do something just so you have a little more at the end. You want to become independent, self-sufficient. So you have to discover opportunities and take a calculated, well-balanced odds of probabilities. Wish you the best. Talk to you soon.